In lesson 3.2, we're going to learn about constructing a perpendicular bisector. And as in the previous lesson, I'm going to go through things step by step. So first of all, you need to know that a segment bisector is a segment lie or ray, in a plane that passes through the midpoint of that segment. And although a segment may have an infinite number of bisectors, which means chopping it in half, the segment can only have one that's perpendicular. That's called the perpendicular bisector. If a point's on that perpendicular bisector, then it's equidistant from the endpoints of that segment. And conversely, if a point is equidistant from the endpoints, then it has to be the perpendicular bisector. So first of all, on the far left here, what you're going to see is this thing right here is a segment AC, and it has a midpoint B. And you can see that it shows that it's midpoint because we have two equal parts. On the right-hand side, what you'll notice is that we have a line that is perpendicular to segment AC, but it is not in the middle. And I know that it's perpendicular because I see the little box there that indicates that. Down below, we see a line on the left-hand side that's perpendicular, or sorry, not perpendicular, that is a bisector, pardon me, of segment AC, but notice it is not perpendicular. But lastly, on the far right-hand side, at the bottom, we see a line that is not only a bisector to segment AC, but it's also perpendicular to it. So I see the markings of equality, and I see the right angle, meaning it's a perpendicular bisector. This is kind of explaining the paragraph up above. And what we're going to learn in this lesson is what you see in the pink circle, how to make it so that we have something that's not only perpendicular, but is also a bisector. Step one, if you're going to construct a perpendicular bisector, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to draw a segment, or perhaps they might even give one to you. So here is your segment. Step two, you are going to place your compass on the right-hand side of that segment. And you're going to stretch out your compass roughly 2/3 of the way across, and you're going to make an arc in space. Step three, without adjusting your compass at all, leave the compass exactly the way it was. You're going to take that same compass, place the point on the left-hand side. Your compass is already stretched out. So now we already had the arc that was from the right-hand side, and with my compass now placed on the left-hand side and stretched out the same distance, I'm going to make another arc from the left-hand side. And what you should notice is that these two arcs intersect. These two arcs intersect in two places that is, which when you draw the connecting line, you will see the perpendicular bisector. So again, for step three, we had put that compass originally on the right-hand side and drawn an arc. Remember, it was stretched out 2/3 of the way. Then we put our compass on the left-hand side. It was already stretched out. We don't move it around. Draw another arc. Those two arcs intersect, and when we connect those intersection places, we see the perpendicular bisector. This is a right angle, even though you don't have to draw it, because I know it from the arc marks, and these two pieces are going to be congruent. This is the process for creating a perpendicular bisector to a segment. To reiterate, step one, you either are given a segment or you draw a segment. Step two, place your compass point 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the way across that segment, make an arc in space. Step three, put your compass point on the left-hand side of the segment, repeat that process. Step four, connect the two sets of arc marks. So one set coming one way and another set coming the other way. And when you connect them, your end result is a perpendicular bisector.